The air hangs heavy, not with the usual smog, but with something far more unsettling: silence. Where once machines roared and assembly lines hummed, there is now only the echo of a bygone boom. Across China, factories stand idle, monuments to a trade war that has hit harder than anyone imagined. Millions of workers, once the engine of an unstoppable economic machine, are now facing their worst nightmare. Unemployment lines snake through deserted factory towns. The American tariffs, once a distant threat, are now a brutal reality. Remember when everyone said China would win the trade war? That the US needed Chinese goods more than China needed US dollars? Well, someone forgot to tell that to the millions now struggling to put food on the table. The Made in China label, once a symbol of global dominance, is now a mark of pain. The American consumer may be feeling the pinch, but in China, it's a full-blown economic heart attack. It started slowly, a few tariffs here and there, a shot across the bow, but then came the deluge. 10%, then 20%, then a gut punch of 54%. Finally, the hammer blow, a staggering 145% tariff on a vast array of Chinese goods. Everything from solar panels to steel, electronics to those plastic toys your kids can't get enough of. Even the de minimis exemption, a tiny loophole for small online orders, was slammed shut. The message was clear: America was done playing nice. The impact was immediate and devastating. Exports plummeted. Factories that once couldn't churn out iPhones and laptops fast enough now sit empty. The steel mills, churning out metal for everything from skyscrapers to washing machines, are ghostly quiet. The solar industry, once poised to dominate the world, is on life support. Remember all those jobs Trump promised to bring back to America? Turns out, he found a way by sending them from China straight to the unemployment line. The economic pain is most acute in the once booming factory towns that line China's coast. These cities, once teeming with migrant workers chasing the Chinese dream, are now pockmarked with abandoned factories and deserted streets. The lucky ones are left to scrape by on meager government handouts. The rest? They're left with nothing but broken promises and a growing sense of anger. Remember those gleaming new cities China was building? The ones designed to showcase the country's unstoppable rise? Many now stand half-finished, eerie monuments to a future that never arrived. The economic miracle, it turns out, was built on a foundation of sand, and the tide of American tariffs is washing it all away. The Chinese Communist Party, used to ruling with an iron fist, is facing a crisis of legitimacy. For decades, the party's grip on power rested on one simple promise: economic prosperity. Now that promise lies shattered, along with the dreams of millions. The whispers of discontent are growing louder, the rumblings of anger harder to ignore. Protests, once unthinkable, are becoming more frequent. Apple, the darling of the tech world, saw its stock price plummet by 20% as Chinese factories ground to a halt. Global stock markets, already jittery, went into free fall. The news is filled with images of empty factories, shuttered stores, and desperate workers. Even Premier Li Qiang, usually a picture of calm, looks shaken. He's promised stimulus measures, but the people are losing faith. The dragon is wounded, and the smell of blood is in the air. The question is, can the Chinese Communist Party weather this storm? Or will the economic earthquake bring the whole edifice crashing down? One thing's for sure, the world is watching, and the answer will have global consequences.